Hi sunflowers, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Chris again. I am back with another video. We are doing something completely different today. We are learning the 78 tarot card meanings, not all in one video though. That's a little much. It could be overwhelming, so I'm just going to do the major arcana first and then go on from there. Sorry, I'll be talking a lot. So I have my Coca-Cola here, and I also have some notes in my lap because there is a lot to tarot. These will be general meanings. I will be doing another video later to kind of break down the symbolism, the colors, you know, get more deep into it. But for now, these are just general meanings to help you kind of, you know, learn tarot and just kind of practice as of right now. So let's get started. The first card in the major arcana is the Fool. The Fool is all about risky energy, all about new beginnings. It's all about leaving everything behind, starting something brand new, starting a new journey. We are all the Fool at one point. The Fool actually starts off the story of tarot. So all 78 cards go into one big story. So this person starts off as the Fool. You start off as the Fool. So do I. In certain situations, we are the Fool because we're going into something blind and we're taking a risk. We have a destination that we're going to in the journey. However, we don't know how the journey will go. So we have a destination. We know where we're going, but how that journey will go to be on the way to get there, we don't know that. So in the picture, you see this person is completely dressed wrong, first of all, to go on any type of journey or adventure. Has on like a dress with this backpack, the small backpack. The small backpack actually represents only taking what you need with you. Maybe 1, 2, 3 very important possessions that can help you achieve this goal, start this new beginning, whatever you're doing. You're just leaving everything else behind. And then you see this little white doggy here. That actually signifies some sort of companion. Now, to me, that is a spiritual companion, a spirit guide, sort of warning you about what may come next. Not able to solve the problem for you, but kind of like, hey, this is coming up next. But once you get there, you have to solve that issue. Also, it talks about just not knowing what's on the other side. You see, he's clearly about to walk off a cliff here. You see the mountains in the back. The mountains represent your potential. So this person knows that they have the potential to go on the journey. Maybe not everything that goes along with it, but they just know that, you know, they're going. They know that they just leaving everything behind. They're going. They're starting this new job, this new relationship, moving to another state, studying something new. It could be anything brand new that you don't really know about. You just know that you're going. And this card in reverse is pretty much the same thing, except for the person is doing this sort of reckless, like not really having a destination at all, not really knowing what they're doing, just kind of doing things without thinking. So in reverse, this person does not know where they're going. They don't have a destination. They don't have no type of plan. They're just doing anything, going down the wrong path, kind of creating problems for themselves. So that's the Fool. And next we have the Magician. So I'm actually going to line these up because they all tell a story. If you were to like line up the major arcana one by one, it'll tell you the story of tarot. Well, not even just the major arcana, but all 78 cards. So the next card we have is the Magician. The Magician is all about manifesting, bringing things to you by speaking it into existence. It also talks about you having the resources to bring those things to you, or to, you know, achieve a goal or whatever you're trying to do. When you see the Magician, it is reminding you that you have those resources and that you are able to do whatever you put your mind to. The Magician has on his table the Pentacle, the Cup, the Sword, the Wand, and then you see how he has another wand and he's holding his hand up. That actually represents as above, so below. Kind of like just bringing everything to him. He's able to do that by manifesting. Very spiritually powerful. If you see this in reverse, it means that this person is so good at that they may use it to their advantage and misuse that manifesting power, or misuse that being able to, you know, bribe people, or being able to talk people into things. When you see this in reverse in like a relationship, it could mean, or a friendship, it could mean someone may be using you to their advantage and you're not really getting anything out of it. That's the Magician. Next, we have the High Priestess. So on this journey, we were the Fool already, and then the Magician is like, after going on the journey for a little bit, I'm learning different, let me hold these like this, I'm learning different resources that I have to get through certain problems that I may run into, and I've been able to solve them and manifest certain things so far on my journey. Now the High Priestess comes in where you run into something and you don't know. You don't know what to do next. You don't know what to say, what to do, where to go. You come across the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is only going to give you a little bit of information, because the High Priestess is all about using your own intuition. It's about using your intuition, going with that gut feeling, following your body. So when you meet the High Priestess, she's not going to tell you everything that you need to know. What she will tell you is that your intuition is 99% of the time right. If you feel something, you should go with that, which is why she has the pomegranates on the veil behind her. That actually is a signal, symbolizes abundance. So you already having an ideal of something or already feeling something, the High Priestess is letting you know your intuition is right and you should look more into it or go with your intuition. She also has the pillars here, which is a biblical symbolism here, and then she has the moon, which is like psychic abilities, spirituality, things like that. Then in reverse, the High Priestess is about going against your intuition, having a gut feeling, having a feeling that something isn't right, doing it anyway, just kind of going against your spirit, going against your intuition, going down the wrong path. It could also mean taking advice from someone that could act as a High Priestess in your life but have no idea what they're talking about whatsoever. That's the High Priestess. And then next on the Fool's journey, we have the Empress. The Empress is all about fertility, all about being mother-like, a matriarch. The Empress is about abundance, love, all of that, you know, good stuff. You see the shield here that has the sign of Venus on it. That represents just love and basically wanting you to recognize your femininity, feminine power, as far as being a nurturer, being loving, being caring, a giver. Represents home life as a mom. Being ready to be, you know, you may be getting ready to get pregnant or planning pregnancy, family planning with someone. When you see the Empress in reverse, it could mean it's not a good time to have children. This person is not a good person to have children with. If you're asking about a specific person and you see this in reverse, they may not be, you know, the right person. And then also in reverse, it could mean domestic home life issues like arguing, domestic violence, financial issues in the home, things like that. So that's the Empress. Next we have the Emperor. So the Empress and the Emperor are a couple. So these two go together. They cute together or whatever. So they go together. The Emperor, though, is the protector, the provider, all about family. Wants to make sure he is protecting his family at all costs, at all times. Has certain rules that he only goes by. Very powerful, very goal-oriented, very ambitious. Just loves family. And the Emperor is actually the Aries card, which you can see the rams here on his chair. And then the red for like the fire sign energy. The Emperor in reverse, though. Different only because in reverse, the Emperor could mean that someone, because he's so strong-minded, he can become cruel in a way. Really mean, really aggressive, possessive, could be a bit controlling because he likes things to go how he wants them to go. The Emperor in reverse, not all of that good. If you see that in a relationship reading, that could mean that the person you're asking about is a bit controlling and could have a bit of a temper. They say that about us Aries, but whatever. The next card we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents Taurus, I believe. The Hierophant is all about tradition, religion, spirituality, kind of going down that path. So if you are getting deeper into religion, you'll see the Hierophant. Spirituality, you'll see this card. You'll also see this card if it's about education. If you're going to school for something, you want to study something, you'll see this card. If you're asking about, something with a job or anything like that, and you see the Hierophant and wants you to do, some more research maybe, or that this will take, going down a different path to do something that you're asking about. When you see the Hierophant in reverse, it talks about sort of going down the wrong path, or listening to the wrong person about this path, or being misguided, or having the wrong information about this path that you're going down. That is the Hierophant. Next, we have the Lovers. So the Lovers, of course, are two people in love. The Lovers card has a lot of biblical symbolism as well. We have Adam and Eve here. The burning bush is behind Adam. The apples are behind Eve. We have an angel there, and you see Adam kind of looking up at the angel, trying to make a decision about what he's doing. So the Lovers card is not just about being in love with someone feeling the same way that you feel about them, having a really strong bond, really strong chemistry with this person. It's also about making choices, being mature enough to make these decisions, being mature enough to make a commitment to something or someone. So if you see this and you're not asking about a relationship, it just means that, it's something that you love to do and you're committing to it. You're making a commitment. You can also see this card if someone is married or has been in a relationship for a long time, but when you see it with something else, like a friendship, it just means that you're committed to it and you're willing to, take the journey with this person or with this thing. The Lovers in reverse, of course, talks about someone being separated at the time. Could mean that they are arguing about something, or something caused a separation. They're a little unbalanced. The relationship is not on balance at some point. It could also mean that whatever it is that this is referring to, there is some sort of separation. So some sort of breakup. You may, find that you have a block in the road. If this is talking about something other than a relationship, in reverse, it's like, okay, something went wrong. It's telling you to have like a conversation, rethink everything, and then go from there. So that's the Lovers. Next, we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about forward movement. When you see the Chariot, it is telling you to go for it right now. Anything you're asking about and you see this in a reading upright, it means to go for it. And now is your time to go for it. Now is a great time for you. Now is the time for you to be determined, focused, just ready to take on this new thing. The Chariot in reverse talks about you're already either on the journey or you're thinking about going on the journey, but you may have some bumps in the road, some delays, some things that, you weren't expecting that may happen on this journey. But when you see this card, whether in reverse or upright, it's telling you to still go for it. And in reverse, it's saying still go for it and don't stop, even though you're running into certain obstacles. So that's the Chariot. Next, we have the Strength card, which is the Leo card. The Strength card is all about strength, of course, but it's about gaining strength back, actually, from going through something, going through a dark time. It could be going through a bad breakup, a financial situation. You're kind of learning to be patient, learning to tame your inner self. So the picture of her with the lion is actually her taming her inner self, being more confident, being more strong, learning self-love, self-care, knowing how to approach certain situations, how to solve certain issues without acting out of character or having a temper about it or just going off. The Strength card in reverse, it does talk about being weak in a sense. It could be weakness, lacking confidence, not able to kind of sit with yourself and collect your thoughts and think about things before you do or say them. That's the Strength card. Next, we have the Hermit, which is the Virgo. The Hermit talks about isolation or kind of solitude. You just want to be by yourself because you have some things to figure out. The Hermit is someone that's alone. The Hermit is someone that is alone right now because they're trying to figure out their life. They're trying to go back and, see where things went wrong, trying to put some pieces back together. And they learn a lot about themselves, why they are alone. So while they're alone, are you serious? Sorry guys, I got the window open, and of course a train is going by while I'm trying to record. Okay, anyway, but yes, the Hermit is about isolation, just kind of isolating from everybody just to get your shit together, basically. The Hermit in reverse is about isolating a little too much to where you become depressed. You may feel like a victim. You may feel like, okay, I done isolated myself from everybody. Nobody's checking on me. Nobody cares. You kind of go into the victim mentality when the Hermit is in reverse. That's the Hermit. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So as we're going on this journey of tarot, we ran into a lot of different people, a lot of different situations, and now our karma is actually coming back. So when you see the Wheel of Fortune, it's about karma. What have you done for something that's going on right now to happen? What did you put out to get back what you're getting? Or what did you give to get what you're getting? It's all about giving to get, putting out to get back. So of course, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like you're having a little bit of bad luck. You may have did something in the past to cause that. Talks about a lot of cause and effect, to go back and kind of track your steps to learn from your karma, and to kind of also have in mind that your karma will always come back. That's the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Justice card next, which is the Libra card. Of course, it could be about legal troubles or legal case, an open court case. And when you see this upright, it does mean that you will receive justice. So when you see this upright, it's a good thing. It means you will receive justice. If it's not about a court case or not about anything legal, it just means that you'll receive justice in that situation. In a relationship, if something isn't going right and you see the Justice card, that just means that you guys will work things out. You'll balance it out, of course, with the Libra scales here. Justice in reverse means you may not receive justice, and if you don't, it could be that you're being treated unfairly. You did something wrong to where you're not receiving justice. Just pretty much the opposite of the upright meaning. That's Justice card. And next we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about sitting still. So a lot of us, when we have an issue, we want to hurry and solve it. We want to hurry up and see what caused it so we can solve it and get back to our daily life. The Hanged Man is when you are not able to do that. When there's no solution that you can do and you have to kind of just sit back and let things blow over. But in that time, you actually learn a lot about yourself, learn a lot about the situation, why it went wrong, and why you're not able to do anything about it. It's one of those cards that reminds you that everything happens for a reason. Now, the Hanged Man in reverse is kind of like, okay, there's nothing you can do about it. So instead, it kind of turns you bitter to where you may, just like the Hermit card in reverse, you may go to the victim role, and it may cause you to do everything but realize that everything happens for a reason. That's the Hanged Man. Next, we have the Death card, which a lot of people could be scared of sometimes. It's not. It's actually a very beautiful meaning to the Death card. The Death card is all about transformation, a huge transformation. You're closing out a lot of cycles. You're kind of brand new, being reborn again. You're coming out of a bad relationship. It's all done. You're got your confidence back. You're healed. You're ready to you're going through a complete transformation. The Death card in reverse, though, is about refusing to go through that transformation, refusing to be reborn again because it's something that you just refuse to do. It's something that you refuse to do, and it is stopping your growth. When you see the Death card in reverse, you're stunning your own growth by not starting over to go through that transformation. So that's the Death card. Next, we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is all about putting things back together again after a lot of dark times. It's about healing. It's about balancing everything. You see how she has the 2 cups and she's like pouring the water in each one to kind of balance everything out. She has on all white, which signifies purity and innocence. She's been through a lot, but she's willing to do the work to heal and put all her pieces back together. Temperance in reverse is just the opposite of that, refusing to do so, refusing to acknowledge the fact that you do need to step back and heal from a lot of things that you've been through. Temperance in reverse could also signify mental issues as far as like depression, mental health, things like that. Being really sad is temperance in reverse and not doing the work to heal. Next, we have the Devil card, which is also another card that people are scared to see sometimes. The Devil card is all about something having a hold over you. This could be anything from an addiction, gambling, drugs, drinking, food, shopping, anything that you're overindulging in. So anything that you're overindulging in that's causing issues in other aspects of your life, you will see the Devil. In reverse, it's actually the good meaning. So usually in reverse, it's opposite. So it's usually the bad meaning about it. And the Devil card, this is one of those ones where it being in reverse is the good meaning. So the Devil in reverse is you've actually acknowledged that you have this hold. Something has this hold on you and you're actually working on releasing that. So when you see the Devil in reverse and you have something, it could be also like a relationship or a person. You see in the picture, these 2 people are chained together and they're stuck with the Devil. He has this hold over them because they're giving into some sort of temptation or overindulging into something. This in reverse means you're just working on releasing that. And next we have the scariest card that everybody, when I do a reading, they're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? This card is not as scary as everyone makes it seem. This is the Tower. The Tower is just about something inevitable that is going to take place that you cannot stop. But it needs to take place just because it's almost like something being built on the wrong thing. So it has to fall apart so that other good things can fall into place. As you can see, the Tower, the people are falling out of it. It's on fire. It's breaking down. The color is black in the background, just like kind of everything falling apart. It could be scary to see, but at least you have this warning that something inevitable is coming, and it's not always something terrible. It could be your car breaking down. It could be you having a breakup. It could be you losing your job. It could be anything that where you feel something is falling apart. And when the Tower is in reverse, the meaning is a little different. It's kind of like you dodged a Tower moment. You usually can't dodge it. You can dodge it that one time. It'll usually come back, but you sort of dodged it to where you're not ready to rebuild, or you're not ready to, for everything to fall apart. So you dodge it for a little bit or a little bit of time, but that Tower moment will still come back around because there's a lesson behind it. And something has to fall apart in order for everything to fall back together, to be put back together. So that's the Tower. Next, we have the Star card, which is all about healing. So after everything then fell apart, everything then, just went crazy, went haywire, and you have to, build yourself back up, build up whatever it is that fell apart. Then you have the Star, which is all about having faith. So when you get to the Star card, it's like, I done been through so much, and I done endured so much, but I'm still here, and I know there's a reason for everything. So I have some sort of faith at this point, because after my Tower moment, I understood why that happened. I understood why it had to fall apart. I understand now, and I have faith now. So the Star card is all about having faith and just kind of realizing a lot about yourself and why certain things happen. The Star in reverse is about refusing to have faith, losing faith, letting things get worse because you don't have any faith, not believing in yourself, not having confidence to come out of whatever you're going through. That's the Star card. The next card we have is the Moon. So the Moon is about some sort of truth coming to the surface. Could be about secrets being held, but they are going to come out. So when you see this in upright position, it just means that someone could be hiding something from you. It could be about rumors, people gossiping about you, things like that, but it will come to the surface. Now, when you see the Moon in reverse, It doesn't mean it won't come to the surface. It means that it has came to the surface and you're refusing to do something about it or refusing to hear about it. Like when someone says, if you're doing this, I don't want to know because I know it'll cause some issues. That's the moon in reverse. And next we have the sun. The sun is a childlike happiness, childlike innocence, like how children are just little humans that they don't really know all of the bullshit that's going on in the world. They don't really know all of the bad things that happen in the world. They're just happy little kids. That's the energy surrounding the sun card. So you're choosing to be happy regardless of what's going on. You're choosing to not really ignore it, but still not let it mess up your mood at the time or mess up your happiness. The sun in reverse is not choosing to see it that way, not choosing to be happy even though you're not looking at some of the good. You're just only looking at the bad when you see the sun in reverse. And this card will remind you that there are some things left to be happy about. So that's the sun. Are you serious? Seriously, every time I sit down to record a video, when I think it's quiet outside and open my window, everybody and some rides past and makes a noise. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So next we have the Judgment card. The Judgment is all about the past, all about Judgment Day. Have you released everything from the past to where when Judgment Day comes, how is that going to go for you? It's all about releasing the past, going back to fix the past, but most of all, releasing it. Just letting go of the past and moving forward, not going back for closure, just completely releasing the past. The Judgment card in reverse is just refusing to do that. And also, when you see this card in reverse, it's reminding you why certain things are going on because you haven't released certain things from the past. So that's the Judgment card. And next we have the World, which is the last card of the Major Arcana. It completes the Major Arcana, and it also talks about a cycle being completed. So that's why it's the last card. So the Fool starts off with 0, and then the last card is the World. So the World talks about a cycle ending, just pretty much that. Just a cycle has ended, but you did it the right way. You've completed something so you can actually celebrate the success of completing whatever the cycle is. You finished school, you've graduated, you've got out of a relationship, but you ended it the right way to where it wasn't toxic, or you're just able to move on and you're able to celebrate that cycle closing. Now in reverse, you kind of refuse to close the cycle, so it's not really anything to celebrate about. So when you see this in reverse, it's kind of reminding you, why are you still holding on to this? This is the end. There's nothing left to this. Just let it go. Just close that cycle. So that is the World card. That completes the Major Arcana. So I will be back next with the different suits. I hope you all learned a little something. Again, these are just the general meanings, but I do want you all to understand that tarot is a story. So when reading, just look at, you can actually lay all of your cards out and just look at the different scenarios and different people that you'll run across in your journey. You'll kind of understand it more. That's how I understood it more once I was learning tarot. But I will be back with the other parts of this. But I thank you all for watching and see you next time.